Hello, algebra students. Let's take a look at the concept of what distribution means as we write an equation that involves a grouping. So which equation could be used to find the length L of a rectangle with a width of 5 feet less than its length and a perimeter of 94 feet? Ooh, there's a lot going on here. Let's use our word problem interpretation skills. So which equation could be used to find the length? So what are they asking us to do or to find? Maybe to do would be a better word here because they're asking us to write an equation. Now, the equation could be used to find the length L, but they haven't asked us to actually do that. They just want us to write the equation. And what do we know? Well, I'll tell you one thing. We don't know the length, but we do know that they want us to use the variable L for length. And then we know that the rectangle has a width that's 5 feet less than length. We're going to have to take 5 feet away from our length to find the width. And then we see that our rectangle has a perimeter of 94 feet. Now, no, we don't know the length and we don't know the width here. We have some information about them, but we don't know them. What we know is the perimeter. But just like when we did know those numbers, we are able to hit up the GED formula sheet. And if you do, you're going to see there's this relationship between length, width, and perimeter of a rectangle. Don't grab up area. We don't know the area. We know the perimeter. And that formula is P is equal to 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. Lovely. Now, I see 2 of these equations that are in that format. All right. Take a look at this. One way to talk about the perimeter is as 2 times the width plus 2 times the length. And that would be equal to whatever they told me the perimeter is. They told me the perimeter is 94. So A and B are both looking tempting to me right now. I don't like C and D because it looks like they grabbed the area formula and did a length times a width, a length times a width. And you might be saying to me, well, why is the width so ugly, Kate? You're talking about 5 minus L or L minus 5. There's no W for width. Well, because we know we had said that the width is 5 less than the length. So one way to talk about it would be as subtracting that length with 5. So I'm over here with A and B. A and B both look good because they both refer to perimeter. I like them a lot. And you can see that they look really similar. Now, when you get lost in the symbols and you're like, whoa, these things look so similar. How am I supposed to know which one's the right one? Go straight for the differences. And what are the differences in these 2 equations? Well, pretty much everything is the same except for in here. How they represent the width, right? We said this is 2 widths plus 2. I better write out width or you'll be like, where's the W? There was no W. So 2 widths plus 2 lengths, as the formula sheet says. So the question is just, would I write the width 5 minus L or would I write the width L minus 5? And most students would do this wrong. If I want 5 less than the length, like maybe I have $5 less than what I started with. That's a way to think of it, is usually you guys do better with money. Then I'm going to have whatever I started with first, my length in this case, and I'm going to take away the 5. That says 5 less than the length, not this. And so B is the correct answer here. I have 2 times the width. The width is 5 less than the length, plus 2 times the length, equaling a total perimeter of 94. All right, tricky. Now, I know writing expressions, equations, and inequalities is challenging, But the great news is on the GED, we don't have to write them from scratch. We just have to find the right one out of a list, and that's a simpler skill. Although we will look later at writing these guys by hands if you really want this skill for college. All right, super proud of you. Happy learning.